So I think the only way for me to truly become comfortable in front of the camera lens and the camera itself is to make videos in front of the camera. So this is the first of many. I know I've said that many times before. Um, but yeah, I think in real life, I do really well with my interactions with people. Um, just whether that's strangers or people that I know, people that I work with, other teachers, facilitators, artists and practitioners, or even my students. I feel like I have a great sense of communication or a great yeah, interactions with my people in real life. However, talking to a lens is a little bit more terrifying. Um, because there are none of these social cues that you normally get from a conversation, such as like eye contact and um, prompts and vocal markers and these little trills that you get in people's conversations when they get excited. It's literally just me talking to the camera. So I hope it does work well. I'm going to use this little bit of time that I have today to talk a little bit about what I have been doing over the last few weeks, which has been a lot. So first and foremost, I am going slowly making my way towards my first publication. So I have a creative writing degree and a master's in creative practice and cultural identity, but I have never really had my work published, meaning I don't have a full collection of work. I do have some literary essays and some short stories in some magazines and some literary journals and some essays in some academic kind of books, scholarly books. But I don't have a full collection of my own. So I am changing this. So my first collection, it will be called Full Nelson. It is called Full Nelson. It's at the moment it's 17 poems and it will be published with Pendle Press. So I should give you a little bit of background information actually. So I grew up in a town called Nelson. Nelson is an industrial town in the borough of Pendle in the county of Lancashire in the country of England, United Kingdom. And we are an old industrial town. And when Nelson was first made at the back end of the 1700s, it was known or it was said to be a place with untapped potential. They called it the America of Lancashire. And so this area was the home of the Industrial Revolution, along with Manchester and Yorkshire and a lot of other places in England. And we became a production town. So we had lots of materials being brought in from around the world, from the cotton from America, the metals from Africa, and all of these places. We just we were a production kind of town, and at the same time we had a lot of things being built in that time. So we have a great canal system, and we have pretty decent train station, not the best. I mean, Northern England was kind of deprived of trains. Um, but anyway, so since the decline of the industry, which I'm not going to go into here, my town has felt a lot of deprivation. So we are known as one of the most deprived areas in England. And the house prices are probably the cheapest in the UK here. There's not much going on here because the factories have died down. Um, I lost my trail of thought. So, what I wanted to do is write some poems about this. So, what I've done is I wrote about 50 poems about the area, not emotionally driven poems. They didn't really come from me, meaning I'm not ranting about the poem, I'm making concrete physical poems about the place itself. So a lot of them are kind of concrete poems, typographical poems written in the shape of the objects or the places that I'm talking about. There's lots of street names mentioned, lots of monuments, local hills, local canals, bridges mentioned, and it's a pretty decent collection. So I put all that together, and I will publish it with a Pendle Press, which is run by my friend Sharif. So we're currently ideating that, putting it all together, and hopefully I'm aiming to publish this by the 21st of March 2024, which is also World Poetry Day. And at the same time, another local arts company called In Situ has asked me to develop a poem or a sequence of poems about the town again about the town. And I will be able to write this poem or this sequence of poems and display it on the Nelson Library. So, thanks to In Situ, I was placed as the writer in residence for Nelson Library. Writer in residence for Nelson Library, and I will be producing the work to be displayed on the front of the library. I'm working alongside a graphic designer for this to really help me make the that public interaction kind of element for poetry. One of the hardest things as a poet is to get people to read your poems. Um, so yeah, I'm putting that together. Additionally, what happened recently was I was approached by my own local high school. So I used to go to a high school called Agend. It no longer exists. It got made into a super school along with another school, Mansfield. It was put into one school called Marsden Heights. So Marsden Heights have called me and invited me in to give a full school assembly to the children, to the students there, about the potentials of their creative futures. So, because we are an industrial town, all of our basic job roles have dissipated. So, we are looking for new ways, new avenues of um, work and producing things. And I think a lot of people, especially in this area, don't understand that they can be artists, they can be practitioners as they get older. So I really want to inspire the children, or the students, I should say, about the potentials for their creative futures. They can be. Um, I don't want to put myself as an example, but we can go around the whole world as a professional writer, writing for companies, writing for events, festivals, and allowing the work that we write and produce to be used in the festivals and the places themselves. So it's like art in the real world, it's not just something that we do on the side, which is perhaps we can do, but our art has a real impact in the world that we've created it in. Yes, I will do some workshops with them. Decided to actually ask them to write some poems about the town as well. I will steal and plagiarize a few of their lines and put them all, mix and match them, put them all into one big cohesive poem that we'll call Marsden Heights. And yeah, and that will be their poem, and I'll also try to get this displayed on the library as well. So that's a lot. That's the three little projects I'm doing there. Additionally, my best friend is a music artist. He is a rapper called Verse Lord. You can find him on Spotify, YouTube, all of these places. And what we decided to do was produce a spoken word album. So that's my fourth project there. I am producing a spoken word album. A few years ago, even last year, I didn't think that this was an option. I should remind myself not to rattle on too much because I did run out of space on my memory card. But this is a learning curve for me, a process of new work. So I was talking about the spoken word album. So thanks to Verse Lord, who really helped me try to curate some of my older poems and put them into a spoken word album alongside some soundscape and some music. So we are able to make a project that I'm able to disseminate in a different way. So I'm going to share this on like Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, Vimeo. I have also approached a local media company called Ursa Major Media, and Becky and Leon of Ursa Major Media, I've asked them to collaborate. And when I do produce the final spoken poems, as a song, they are going to produce the videos for me. So almost like a music video to go alongside. That way I'm able to share that on Vimeo and YouTube and social media, Instagram, TikTok. And that way I have lots of different things and my name and my projects in loads of different places. So there is a lot going on. I'm spending a lot of my time writing, reading, editing. I'm also memorizing all of these poems because I'm going to recite them or perform them on the launch of the book day and the launch of the album. Oh, I am going to try to release the album on that same day as well, so the 21st of March 2024. So on that day, a lot is going to happen, which I'm really excited about. I've also sent some work across to Louis in Preston, who's really gonna is gonna try something with it. I've got Maciek Wojciech in Edinburgh, Tragic Pro, who's gonna help me produce another kind of soundscape. I'm working with a few odd people online, but yeah. So that's it for me for now. I think I've expressed a lot about everything that I'm doing. Please feel free to like and subscribe to this channel. It will help me a lot and it will help the channel grow and it will push me to actually produce this work and to produce more videos because this kind of documentation I think is important. Sadly, I'm not at the level of master editing just yet, so you do have to put up with this raw, intimate conversation, one-way conversation with me. But uh, follow me and together we will grow. Um, so I look forward next time when I come on to show you some of the poems that I've written, perhaps perform one or two of them. You can give me some advice. In the meanwhile, if you do want to keep in contact with me, you can find me on social media. You can find me at Sincere Intentions, which is the same name as my YouTube channel, and you can check my website, which is ajazqureshi.com. I will leave some links below. Thank you to everyone who has helped me with this project. Thank you to Institute, thank you to Sharif, thank you to Becky and Leon and Verse, a Tragic Pro, thank you to my family who have really helped me, and thank you a lot, I have to say this, to the Arts Council. So Arts Council England, you deserve ultimate praise because of your funding. Because of your funding, I am able to do this project, and I'm gonna go and fix this now. Whatever just fell from there. So, thank you. Peace.